Hi guys, for today's video I'd like to do another analysis, but this one will be for FND, for the core holdings. I traded this stock successfully over here in the green relative strength area, even a little bit over here because I see my buy mark right there. As always, let's take a look at the checklist and see how this one has been doing, whether we should jump in and buy some stocks or not. All right, first thing first, let's take a look at the fundamental. And I like to take a look at the weekly with it, right? And turn on the earnings dashboard. So this stock, revenue-wise, the sales has been increasing quarter after quarter, as you can see by the green, only one red, one red bar, one red signal is that the sales has been actually decreasing, even though uh, uh, even though it has been increasing, but the rate of the sales has been decreasing. As you can see, 27, 25, 15, 9, 4, those have been decreasing. And then on the EPS side, only the 3 out of the 5 has been positive, meaning they have not been earning as much money in the recent quarter right here with the 2 red. So that's a negative. For the guidance, I did not do enough research on this past quarter, but I bet it was not that great because the stock actually dropped. The reaction was very bad. It dropped 7.67%, as you can see over here. So let's dive into the fundamentals. Sorry, the technicals. The fundamentals is just okay. All right, for this period. Now let's take a look at the technical checklist. Relative strength, accumulation, support by 65-day EMA, and a low risk entry. Those are the 4 that I look for. All right. So for the relative strength, as I mentioned before, that this area was a good area to trade since the relative strength is in the green area, meaning and the slopes has been either up or sideways. So it's actually okay stock to trade, but not really the best. Maybe the best would a good example of really good would be probably right here. See a solid green. But of course, in retrospect, it's always much easier um, to look. Now, let's just bring us to present day. It has reported poor earnings and on this past quarter. It dropped. Let's see the next few days. It never really have good up volumes for the past like few days after the earnings. So you can see that stock try to go above the high of the earnings day, try to close the gap on these few days, but the closing ranges are kind of low, meaning people who bought up here got sold into. So people were selling more stocks to traders who set their buy limit order to be to the high of these days, but close back in. As far as accumulation goes, this is actually the opposite of accumulations. So ever since over here, I see more red bars than the green. Over here was accumulating, but these folks, these institutions might have been selling during this consolidation. So this consolidation was no good. I actually sold it right there, but looking back, I should sell it a little bit higher. But anyway, now we're trying to see if this is a stock that is buyable right now or if it's even worth watching right now. I'll just say it's really not. Another reason besides accumulation is the respect for the 65-day EMA. So after it reported earnings, it looks to me like it closed right below that 65-day EMA. It would be nice to see it close much higher, meaning more conviction from the institutions to accumulate their stock because it will find support. Now, for the next week or so, it never closed below the 65-day EMA. So if you bought it right there and you see a bar like that close right below the 65-day EMA, this would be a great day to exit your position for loss. Again, let's bring it back to today. Well, over here, our RS is in the red, is in the pink, and the slope is looks like it's downward. So if you were to kind of look at the slope of these jagged lines, the overall trend is really downwards. Today is really not helping. So looking at the 65-day EMA, ever since it dropped below it, the 65-day has been acting as resistance for it. Another bad sign for the stock. So let me turn on another indicator, the Super Trend AI, as another I don't know indicator just to see whether it's a good time to buy or not. So this indicator turned green, meaning it's suggesting that it's a good time to buy. Let's say over the height of this day, but looks to me like this would have been a higher risk because the RS indicator is in the red and the 65-day EMA is acting as resistance in this area, and the accumulation is really kind of poor, or actually it was under distribution, not accumulation. Now, with today's bar, if you were to buy it recently, let's just see how it closed, right? It looks to me like it's not looking good. So if it closes below around this price, the 97.50, I would say that would be a good time to just exit your position for a loss. Now, if I were to go long, what would happen? What would make me want to go long of this stock? Is actually it's very difficult. Probably take a lot more time. First thing first, I would like to see stocks being traded above the 65-day EMA for me to consider, and a low risk entry. So some sort of sideways consolidation, kind of like over here, and I will place my buy limit order to be over the height of that um, to kind of jump into the stock. But RS has to be doing good. Accumulation has to be doing better. Has to be above the 65-day EMA. That's just a lot of indicators. So I think this stock is gonna take a lot more time to work out. I'm probably gonna remove it from my watch list until I hear more about it. This is just not worth following. All right, that is it. Thank you very much.